Hey everyone, I am back with another couple of tips for self-love. So one of the things I wanted to bring up to you is this whole idea of shadow self, right? I don't really like to use the word shadow because then it still sort of holds the connotation of it sort of being bad, right? And that promotes the resistance within ourselves to those parts. Right, so remembering that root of compassion, remember I brought up that word in the last video, self-compassion being super important when we're even talking to ourselves and exploring these parts of ourselves, right? So these supposed shadow parts, right, I like to look at them as unmet needs. They're just sort of a compass to an unmet need. So let's say it's jealousy that comes up for you, right? Is that just simply showing you something that you want for yourself, or where you feel perhaps out of control or a lack of control, right? So when these things come up for you, instead of promoting resistance by calling it something like a shadow, let's explore what it's trying to tell us about something that we must explore within ourselves, something that needs to be met so that we can further integrate it and accept it as part of ourselves and heal it, right? Another thing I wanted to bring up to you that I think works pretty well is identifying what the highest version of ourself looks like. And you could take a few moments to jot this down, be really clear and concise, right? What does the highest version of you look like? What are their daily habits? What do they wear, right? How do they behave on a day-to-day? What do they do? What do they eat even, right? So I would ask yourself to be really, really clear about that. What does their life look like? What do they eat? What are their daily habits? You know, what do they do day-to-day? How do they carry themselves? So that you can then get really clear on what you want to embody. And then when you start to be really clear on what that highest version of yourself looks like, you can then start to make those choices right here, right now, and become closer and closer to that highest version of you, right? Then you'll be making choices that are coming from a place of growth, right? And clarity and empowerment, right? So when you are in that process, you know, when you find yourself having to make decisions on a day-to-day, ask yourself this one question. What would someone who loves themselves do? What would someone who loves themselves do? And that's down to choosing between two things to eat, going on that date or not, wearing that thing or not, whatever it is, right? What would someone who loves themselves do? Because then you're going to start making choices from a place of love and not of fear, not of insecurity and things like that. You will train yourself, train your brain to make choices from love. I'll be back with some more next time.